at most, letters of comfort. I'm not trying to defend anybody here, and neither would I want to claim ignorance to the element of sub judice. But certainly, I need to caution here, ladies and gentlemen, had we interpreted the 3 letters as letters of guarantees by the government, then that would make the authorities, that would give the authorities every reason, every justification to justify why they should pay, they should make payment for the bonds. This is the catch, and I need to say it here, because I wouldn't want to see that for political reasons or what have you. Now, some of the arguments, somehow or other, have been unfortunately distorted. As such, ladies and gentlemen, any move to pay according to the schedule appended to the contractor under dispute is tantamount to jumping the gun. In this respect, we were all guided. I must say that, and I believe so. I believe that both Kwabing and I were guided by our conscience and our consciousness of being the custodians of the public money, the public funds, though we were later overruled by our respective political bosses. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today, a total of 3.039 billion, I repeat, 3.039 billion ringgit was estimated to have been paid to service the loan for the bonds that had been brought to question. Come 30th of June this year, an estimate of 733.37 million ringgit is again due to the 2 special purpose vehicles, or the SPVs, representing the bondholders for the purchase of land and development work done by the PKFZ turnkey contractor that is still very much embroiled in the multiple civil suits instituted by PKA for alleged fraud, unconscionable conduct, and overcharging. Of course, all this, I presume, you might have read it in the book. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to have rocket science knowledge to understand that if you think someone has overcharged for something he has sold to you, if you think that someone has overcharged for something he has sold to you, or for a service rendered, you would certainly immediately stop payment until the dispute is settled. It does not make any sense at all for you to continue paying the vendor, since the court or the arbiter may later argue that the fact that you paid him after you discovered there is element of fraud would certainly show that you give consent to it. I think this is quite logical. This is common sense. Ladies and gentlemen, just now I mentioned about the types of questions that I have to answer, not just questions from Itziang, but also questions from all over, and including questions from my colleagues within the cabinet before the release of the PwC, the Pricewaterhouse report. I had to grapple with questions fired by my cabinet colleagues for 3 rounds, easily 3 rounds. I could remember that very well. 3 rounds. Why 3 rounds? Because in 3 consecutive weeks, at a weekly meeting, I was made to answer such questions. And of course, quite a fair bit of fireworks were involved in. But ladies and gentlemen, we call a spade a spade. And I would welcome questions, sensible questions be asked. And before, I still remember, ladies and gentlemen, before and during the independent probe that I commissioned, unkind brickbats laced with prejudged and prejudicial sentiments had been lavishly hurled at me, especially in the name of upholding justice and transparency.